Hey everybody, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Farming Simulator 17, and welcome back to Gwenddwr V2. So, at the end of our last episode, we made a plan, and the plan was, let me get this turned back on. The plan was we were going to convert fields 3 and 4 over, right here, yep. We were going to convert fields 3 and 4 over to, come back now, steady, there we go. Convert fields 3 and 4 over to arable, right? And we were going to plant corn in them. We've got today and tomorrow to plant corn. It rained this morning. Crops are wet right now, but we don't have anything. If I go back here, we don't have anything to harvest right now. We bought these two barley fields over here, 40 and 21. We bought these. Lost my cursor. Oh my goodness. My desk is too small. I keep bumping my mouse on things. None of these fields are ready to harvest yet. So we've got a little bit of time. So what I did was I plowed field 3. We need to turn grass on to be able to see it. I plowed field 3, right? It still needs to be cultivated. We do get the plow buff on it now, right? And it's also got 2 layers of fert on it that we put on the grass. So we'll need to have, when we plant our corn, we will need to have a planter with the fertilizer function on it, and that will be our 3rd layer of fert. So what we're going to do right now is get the Fiat going in field 4 with our plow, and then we'll hop in the MB track, which is down at the pig farm. We'll take that to the main farm and pick up our cultivator, and we'll get our cultivator going in field 3, and we'll just do, that's how we do it. We typically get one tractor going in one field, we get another tractor going in this field, and then next week we'll just switch everything over. We'll have the MB track in field 4 with the cultivator, and we'll put a planter on the Fiat. Yep, that is our plan. So we hop right in here, fire up, lift that, brake is off. Let's pull forward just a little bit and get this going. So I did most of field 3 manually. I did not want to use course play because I wanted to see how well the hired workers would do, and they did not do well, I have to say. So we are, let me just confirm, I always do this, confirm field work, and then we are in field 4. Start here. We need a lot of headlands because this thing's pretty narrow. So we'll say 3. You want to go 3? Let's go 4. We'll go 4 headlands. Generate me a course. Where is our starting point? Directly across the field. And we can drive straight across the middle. Normally I wouldn't do this because I hate crushing crop, but we're going to plow this under anyway, so no worries. Now I did think about mowing this and trying to get something from it, but ultimately decided not to. I think it's more important than we get corn in the ground. We're not hurting for money right now. We sold all those soybeans last episode, paid our loan down to 0. We're not hurting for money. What we are hurting for, if anything, is time. So I thought it's more important that we get crop in the ground than we get some hay bales, because I think that's all we could get. Hay bales, maybe we could take it down and sell it as silage. Let's check something before we go any further. Yep, looks like we're in the right place. I hope we are. Yeah, we are. I think we are. I hope. We'll set this to 4-wheel drive and lock in the differentials. We'll go here. Start at the first waypoint. Speeds are good. Speeds are good. Okay. Yeah, and even though it is 9:30 in the morning, lights come on because it is cloudy and it just rained. Okay, let's, oh, a bit of a hill there, a little more hill than I expected. All right, so we'll observe this a couple passes and make sure that it's going okay. Now with course play, I fully expect that they will be driving back and forth through the hedges, which is not terrible because on the hired worker or on course play, there's no crop destruction. So I think that'll be okay. The only thing I'm worried about is it might get hung up on some of these fence posts and trees, but we'll deal with that when and if it happens. All right, so you're good. They are good. Now, as far as gates in these fields, in field 4 where we are now, which is the bigger of the two, there's a gate on the far side there, right by the cursor, right at 12 o'clock, and that gate opens onto the lane that goes down to the pig food mixer and also the sell point. I don't think we would ever sell corn directly because we don't get a lot of money for it, but we may take corn directly to the pig food mixer. Over here, there's a gate to field 4 that we just came through, field 3 rather. There's a gate to field 3 that we just came through, this one. And there's another one. I'm going to close these to minimize the possibility of either the Fiat or the Mercedes getting hung up on them. Because they will go through the hedge, but they can't go through these posts when they're on a hired worker. So this field, field 3, there is a gate that opens onto the lane that goes down to both the pig farm and the BGA. The pig farm is where the silo is. So what we could do is take the corn from field 4 through these gates, across this field after we harvest it, out through the gate and down to the pig farm for storage. Or if we bring it in as silage, we could take it down to the BGA. Right. Now to do that, I think we would need to use a trailed forager. I can't imagine that we would lease a forage harvester, a self-propelled forage harvester for fields this size. I just don't think that would be worth it economically. I think we'd be better off using the corn for pig food or even just selling it, right? Because we're going to need to lease a combine harvester for our canola and our barley. So yeah, I can't, I think the cheapest one, in fact, we can look. The cheapest one we can lease would be this one right here, 20 grand. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. So I think it's going to be this one right here, which is not, well, it's not trailed per se. It does mount on a tractor. Hopefully, well, we'll check again. 150 horsepower, and our MB track is 110. Okay. So we'd have to lease a tractor as well. Yeah, I don't think we want to try to bring in any of that corn as silage. I think we want to bring it in as pig food or as a component of pig food. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. I can't imagine any economic model where that type of leasing is going to benefit us. Particularly not in the context of all the soybeans that we just sold and all the money that we just made from them. We have no loan, and we don't necessarily need to use all of our canola for pig food. We can sell some of it as well. So I think we're going to do okay economically on this map, financially. And it's weird because it's a small map, and the profitability is, I don't know, it's maybe more low-key. It's not as dramatic as it was on a map like the Western Shore, where, you know, huge amounts of money in, huge amounts of money out, $250,000, $500,000 at a time. I feel like on this map, it's going to be more 20,000 here, 50,000 there, carefully. So I'm going to pull through the gate here and stop, and then I'm going to close both these gates because we won't need to come back to the pig farm for a minute. So we can close both these gates and prevent the great escape. Close that one. And close that one. And I'm trying to think what else. What else? Yep. The sheep they may not be making wool this time of year. And they're definitely not making sheep, but we've still got 4 hay bales, and they are eating from their own pasture. That mod is built into the map. I don't know off the top of my head if the water trough mod is built in, where the troughs fill from rain. And we did just top off. It's 9:40 on the first day of summer. Last episode, I want to say, was about 6 a.m. on the first day of summer. So it's only been a couple hours since we topped off those troughs. And there wouldn't be enough, the animals would not have consumed enough water that we would be able to see. Like, if we looked right now, they would still be just about full. But I wouldn't know if that was just about full because the animals haven't consumed any water in the past couple hours, or because they topped off from the rain that we got this morning. But if the rain mod is on this map, then that will save us some trips as far as taking care of the animals. But yeah, we got plenty of pig food, both in the trailer and in the pig food mixer. We've got straw bales, we've got hay bales, we've got, 12 canola fields, we've got barley fields. I think we're good, and I think we're going to make money. A little bit at a time, but very steady, we're going to make money. Now, for these barley fields, especially this one on the right, even though these are not fertilized, or at least not fertilized by us, the farmer that owned them before we bought them may have fertilized them. I didn't even look. But this one on the left in particular, I don't know if we want to make straw bales or not, either to sell or for the pigs, and then for when we open the dairy. I don't think we need that many, so maybe we just make them on the other field, not the one on our left, but the one that was on our right as we came down the road here. Maybe we make them just from that field. There will be fewer of them, and that field is flatter, so we won't have to deal with any drama. We will have to lease a baler, but we're also going to have to lease a combine harvester, and that is definitely the bigger expense of the two. So we'll figure that out. It won't be next episode. Next episode we'll be planting corn, but the episode after that, we will be figuring out what to do with our crops. But yeah, I am enjoying this map. I'm enjoying it as kind of a counterpoint, kind of an interval between the Western Shore V1 and the Western Shore V2. And we'll see what that looks like. We'll see when it's ready as well. I've heard all kinds of numbers. It'll be ready when it's ready. But I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to that, almost that intensity. This is not a super intense map. It's a very chill map. It reminds me of Drumard Farm. I think that's how it's pronounced. Which is a 17 map. Came out a couple of years ago. But it's small like this. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of quaint, you know. It's got a nice kind of village feel to it. And it's the same way. You make money slowly but steadily. And never in great big dramatic chunks. So we will take this down. We will get it going on field 3. And I think we may be ready to call it right there. It's going to be a bit of a short episode. But then next episode, as I said, we'll kick everything over one field. We'll get that corn planted. And then I'll skip time ahead. I'll jump time ahead to day, maybe day 3. It may be further into the fall before we can harvest. But we will take care of the animals. I'll take care of the animals off camera. And we will be ready for harvest whenever it is. Late summer, early fall. Now, next question is, because our loan is paid down to 0, you know, I'm thinking about leasing a combine harvester, but we've got 2 crops some days apart, and leasing even a very inexpensive combine harvester is still about 10 grand. If we have to lease it twice, that's 20,000, which is, you know, that's 20% of the purchase price. If we only had to lease it once, I don't know, that makes sense to me. But if we have to lease twice, I feel like that's in the ballpark of making sense to buy it. So maybe we bump the loan a little bit and buy it based on the price of canola this winter. If we still got like 50,000 liters of canola that we don't make into pig food, maybe we could sell that then to pay off what we borrowed to buy the combine harvester. Can we do this? Maybe. Oh, yeah, actually we can do it very easily. I thought that was going to be a little bit more dramatic than it was. Right. Field 3, course play. Let's get this going. We'll check on the Fiat and we'll call it. Field work. Field 3. Width is adjusted automatically. Headland, this is wider, so I think we can get away with 2. Hopefully. Generate me a course. We'll confirm that our speeds are good. Speeds are good. We'll put 4-wheel drive on. And where's our start point? All right. It's like right there. So we go back here. And let's skirt around the edge of the field here. Man, I'm really looking forward to, I don't know if it's going to be cattle and crops. I don't know if it's going to be FS2X, which is what I'm calling it. I don't know when the next farm sim is going to drop. I don't know if they're going to stop making the game, like stop making new versions of the game and just make DLC. Unknown. But whatever happens, I'm curious if our next iteration of farm sim, whenever it's released and whoever makes it, I'm curious if our forward son, there you go, if our next iteration of farm sim is going to have soil compaction and also soil chemistry. I know there's some things that farm sim has said are on the way for FS19 as far as chemistry and fertilizer and soil. Really looking forward to that. I don't know how comprehensive it's going to be. I think we're good to go. So we're going to tell this driver to get going. We're going to set that to stop when you're done. Let's hop out here. Let them make a couple passes and just confirm everything is going okay, and then we'll go check on the Fiat and we'll call it. Beautiful. Man, I do like... ITS makes these, do they not? Yeah, I think ITS makes all this Lemkin stuff, all these Lemkin mods. I really do like all the different moving parts that are in there. And I like that it doesn't beat up your frame rate, right? We are fine on frame rate right now. And there are a lot of components, a lot of polys in this mod. They make it work. Very realistic. I love it. All right, I think we're good to go over here. Check on the Fiat and we're done. All right. Yep, the hired worker that I had plowing this field it really was not working. I ended up doing most of it manually, which I don't mind. I mean, it is farm sim, right? You don't necessarily want to have your hired workers and course play doing everything, but sometimes when you're in a hurry, you do want to spread the work out. Where is our, this is field 4, is it not? Is it over here? For some reason, I thought they were starting over here, but all right, they seem to be making progress. Cool, let's hop in here and see how long they have left. Obviously, we're not going to stick with them until they're done, but I'm curious how long this field is going to take. So we hop right in here. Let that clear off. Hour and 15 minutes. Okay, yeah, that is a narrow plow. But you know what? That's that farm life. Let's turn these off. We'll call it. Thanks for stopping back to check out the Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Farming Simulator 17. This is Gwenddwr v2.0. We'll see you next time. Maybe that's why it's taking so long. All right, I'll sort that out off camera. See you next time. Take care.